Yo, what is up, y'all? We're talking about Invincible. We got a lot to go into. Let's get into it. So, now, my thoughts about this show. What is Invincible? Now, Invincible is a comic based cartoon animated show that is really good. Almost 10 out of 10. Almost perfect. Like, even the whole thing about sometimes you'll see the comic break the fourth dimension, meaning, like, it will talk to us, the viewer, be like, well, we know mostly the short attention span people probably clicked off and lost their attention. Are you still paying attention? Are you still paying attention? There was one of the episodes when they wanted your attention and we didn't even have that. You know what I'm saying? So it was very funny to see like they are aware of the viewer and the comic tries to include us inside the story as well. Sometimes with the little scenes of like Mark and Amber making out or Eve making out, they will blur it out. Well, we are turn our attention to Mark Grayson, and then you see them like, you know what I'm saying? They get it, they look good. What is my thoughts about it, right? You guys was like, what is your thoughts? So first up, I was gonna say it was kind of like Justice League. In a little bit, it was like Justice League. You feel me? Because Justice League have their own, superheroes that's supposed to defend the Earth, and they have all these cataclysm events, and it's just comic. It's very much comic superhero, super villain. Obviously, we have a common agenda. Ba da ba da ba. So when I saw there was Omni Man, now we're getting into Omni Man. Now that I saw that there was Omni Man, and the first up, by the way, this is gonna spoil it. So if look, you not get out if you don't want to be spoiled. Get out. Omni Man, he is basically the Superman of the show, basically. Kind of like Homelander is the Superman of the boys. More on that show later. I got a video cooking up for that one. But Omni Man, he is reckless. And I didn't understand Omni Man at first, but once you see season 2 and season 3, you understand why he did what he did. You understand exactly why he is an ass. You know? He's not a dingus for no reason. Everybody has obviously backstory. So Omni Man, he appeared as cool at first, but he was like, I'm the strongest mofo up in here. You do what I say. And if I don't like that you're doing it, you know I will you know what I do on a constant daily basis. You know I'm a beast. You know you can't control me. I am uncontrollable. You think you have a leverage on me, but you don't. You know what I'm saying? And Cecil made sure to keep tabs on Omni Man. Now, once they found out, I mean, the guy, what's his name? The imposter? What was it? The detective. There's this detective. He looks like Hellboy. I'm gonna just call him an off-rip Hellboy because what the hell? He's just an Hellboy, bro. I think they call him the devil or the mystery solver devil. So he found out like, maybe your husband is hiding more than what he is, and so basically Omni-Man killed the entire Guardians of the Globe, Justice League, and they're trying to figure out who the hell did it. Obviously Omni-Man did it, but he's not going to tell nobody. Duh. It would take the point of the story. If he tells everybody, yeah, I killed him, what's up? So Mark is Omni-Man's son, and Mark is basically believes he has faith in his dad. He loves his dad. His mom was having doubts about it. This is season 1, by the way. And you know what I'm saying? As season 1 progresses, we get more and more clarity that Omni-Man is the person that is doing that. Omni-Man tries his best to hide it, but it's like we was going to find out regardless that you did what you did, bro. It was just a matter of time. And once that message reached Mark, when they started to fight, when Omni-Man and Invincible started to fight, I wish I could show clips, but I don't want to get copyrighted. I wish. Hopefully these type of clips that I'm playing now can help you guys see what I was talking about. But when they started fighting, he said, what did you think about mom? What about me? And then Mark was like that, right? And he was like, your mom was just a pet. Once he said that, bro, ooh, 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 he was just a pet. But like, they was fighting this ridiculous monster that was giving Omni-Man trouble. Cecil released it, was like, if this monster gave Omni-Man trouble and almost killed him, or can kill him, let's release it out and have Omni-Man take care of it. Mark, being naive and still having hope that his father isn't the person that killed the Guardians of the Globe, rushes in and they fight it together. You know what I'm saying? And literally, I think one of the Guardians of the Globe, I forgot his name. He's like he I forgot his name. What's his name, y'all? Hold on. So the Immortal is the guy who got revived, apparently immortal. So remember, all the Guardians of the Galaxy got killed, but they was able to bring back one person. His name is the Immortal. Definitely not immortal, bro. Bro is literally the punching bag of the entire series. More on him later, because that will be the Guardians of the Galaxy topic. Omni-Man. He obviously gets bodied by Omni-Man. It ain't even like a fight, bro. Like, bro gets... Pest? Know your place. Now I'm playing. But it was just like obvious that he was going to lose. Regardless, Mark, Omni-Man, freaking fight. Omni-Man couldn't... He beats his son so badly. And his son was like, well, you're always gonna come back, or it's like, you're my father. You know what I'm saying? And like, he was just like, I can't kill my son. I don't even think it was the fact that he can't kill his son. It's like his son sees good inside of him, and it's like, what am I doing? The frick? And he flew out. Mark didn't win. No, he wasn't gonna win that fight. Hell no. He flew away because of, I guess he felt very bad for his son. He felt like, damn, I just told you all of this and you still have faith in me. The frick? You're different from everybody. You still believe that I'm a good person. You know what I'm saying? And he had that whole little depression act. Shout out to my boy Alan. You know who you are, bro. You know who you are. Alan the alien is the wingman. We saw him in season 2. Season 2 is very awesome. By the way, the world in Invincible, awesome. Like, the way how they built it, awesome. Guardians of the Globe, weak. More on that guy later, because Alan, he's basically the messenger. He tells back his people, like, oh, this isn't the world that they're supposed to conquer. They're trying to basically fight this war against the Voltrums. And he meets Invincible, aka Mark Grayson, which is the main character. He's the main guy. And he's like, oh, that sucks, man. So like your dad, and like they're having a conversation on the moon, and they're talking telepathically, sitting down on chairs. I found that hilarious. By the way, in this show, you'll see some like obnoxious things, like Mark Grayson going against Martians in the alien episode. Bro went against a fish in Atlantis. Stuff got out intense, and it's very brutal at times. Like, some scenes can really show the dark. Like, this is reality. Some cast members are getting smacked up left and right. I'm not gonna lie. Some Guardians of the Globe that did not all make it in season 2. More on that later. Viltrum. Now, what do I think about Viltrum? Now, Viltrum, these guys are just dominant. We got power. Only the strongest survive. We don't take weak or incompetent people. If you're weak and incompetent, you get killed. May the strongest survive. And if we find out that you didn't enslave the entire earth, we're going to come for you. We're going to kill you. And then right after we do that, we're going to then take over earth and rule over it and enslave everybody. That's what it is. And that's sad. You know what I'm saying? That's very sad that Viltrum is like that. Only the strongest. They have a passion for fighting. It's fighting. Like, they are fighters. This is Dragon Ball Z, basically. They are but imagine having so much strong, powered Supermans running the entire universe. That's insane to me. And they're known as the most powerfulest person in the universe. But one thing that Omni-Man left for Mark Grayson and for Earth is comic books. Nobody, me, I have a book coming out soon. It's my own manga. It's called Twilight Nemesis. You feel me? Stay tuned for that. You know what I'm saying? But basically, he made books. Nobody bought them. Well, it was, some of them got famous, but some of them didn't. But it was basically his adventures as a Viltrum. And as in his adventures as a Viltrum, he exposed what his books wasn't just made up stories. His books was actually his experience as a Viltrum soldier, and what was able to make him even like, look, I'm strong, but these guys are stronger. And he basically put the cheat code on how to beat the entire Viltrum Empire in these books. Mark Grayson obviously found that out, and he was like, oh, well, he gave it to Alan because Alan was like, yeah. He's like, but we need you, bro. We need you. Fast forward, Alan finds out that the people who wanted Omni-Man to take over Earth, because that was his main mission. Omni-Man was supposed to take over Earth and enslave him, but he didn't. He beat bro up and ran away. You know what I'm saying? And he was in a bad depression. He knew that the Viltrum people was gonna find him. They found him in a different it was a different planet, and it was called Thyrax, or whatever it's called, and the Thraxans, I think. And he had a wife there. Crazy, right? You have Debbie as your wife, but you have a wife, an alien wife. Had a baby with him, and then he was like, "Well, Mark, you can't stay mad at me. Look at this beautiful thing." And he saw, "Is that a baby? It's your brother, Mark." Mark was like, "I have a Thraxan brother?" Oh, Cecil. Now, I'm not gonna continue walking you guys through. You guys basically saw the show. I don't gotta sit here and reiterate it. But for the folks who didn't, I'm gonna talk about Cecil. Cecil, he is shown to be an ass. Cecil, bro, I get it. You are literally humanity's last winning fight against all these super freaks. All these superpowers running around, and us humans, we're just staring at them like we're collateral damage. We're liabilities. The humans are literally liabilities in this world. We can't do nothing. We see somebody throw a frisbee out of their hand, we gonna think cooked. We're gonna get cooked. So Cecil is taking precautions on Invincible, aka Mark Grayson, his mom, and it's been said multiple times that he has cameras in their house and voice microphones to hear their conversations. You gotta do what you gotta do. Mind you, this is the same family that literally Mark's father was Omni-Man. So Cecil's obviously gonna keep tabs on Invincible. He has to. They're like, if Omni-Man went loose, he thinks Mark is gonna get loose. And in season 3, he did that. He put a whole brain chip inside this bro brain. And when Mark Grayson becomes loose and very mad, he presses of a button and sound waves come out of his head. And bro, it was so bad. Mark Grayson was down. It subdued him and it worked. But once Mark Grayson found out, he's like, you freaking freak. You stay away from me. You don't put nothing in my head. And I thought you trusted me. So Mark and Cecil, they're not having a best relationship right now. Mark stopped working with Cecil. Mark was in it to help people. Mark started out, he wanted to help people. So he said he worked with Cecil. But Cecil's shown to never trust him and always be like, look, we're going to work together. We're going to shake hands. But in my laboratory, I'm plotting on how we're going to take you out. Some people say he's an ass. Some people say he's doing what he needs to do for humanity's sake. I see it as a balance. Sometimes he is pushy, because when Invincible brought his brother in, Cecil was like, hey, bring him to the government. Let the government put him in the laboratory. We'll let him fight for the Martians and he'll be a soldier. And Mark was like, no, Debbie, you know what I'm saying, which is Mark's mom, she was like, hell no. You stay the frick out of my house. Number one, we're not your crazy lab experiments. Go monitor somebody else's child, will you? You're not going to do that. Take your government CIA ass that little scar on your face the freak out of my house, okay? You already got cameras. You already got all this. You don't need to take people that's from me away into the government so y'all can do some crazy lab experiments, take DNA samples, and try to figure out how to plot to take us out. Get the frick out of here. She was like, freak your money, Cecil. I don't care what Omni-Man made when he was in Earth and he was good. Frick that. We're gonna live on our own selves. I got a job. Debbie got a job. She works real estate. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mark's mom, bro. Mark's mom has been through a lot, bro. If you don't give your Debbie's mom a shout out, bro, like I ain't gonna lie, Omni-Man needs to just pull up and give you the think, Mark, think. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Feel me? Mark's brother. What do I think about Mark's brother, right? So Mark's brother, he is the Thraxan. He's purple. He looks purple. And apparently he learns faster and grows and matures faster in the mind. He's little, but he can develop his powers way more sooner than Mark. Mark developed his powers when he was 17. His little brother developed his powers when he was a little kid. And we knew this was going to happen. The mom met Mark, by the way. Thraxans basically have lower lifespans and stuff like that. But since he's half human and half Thraxan and half Veltrum, it extended his years of life dramatically. So we'll see about that. I have a theory on him, but we'll come back to him. Adam Eve. Or, you know what? Yeah, Adam Eve. Adam Eve is a fire character. Y'all, I didn't like that she dated this guy. What's his name? Rex. Rex is a playboy. He got the monster girl mad. Remember the first season when she was like, your thing is too small? That's why you're trying to show off for everybody right now and try to be like you're the best in the squad, but you're really not. She's like, well, all this boasting is probably compensating for something that's small. I was like, dang. Coming from Monster Girl, the girl who transforms and gets younger every time. By the way, the robot, I forgot his name, but he also took on Rex's body. Found a cure in season 3 to stop her from de-aging. Shout out to my boy. My boy did right. By the way, they like each other. They go out. They date. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? So, win. But Adam Eve, bro, if you saw the movie, if you saw her movie, you saw her animated film, she been through a lot. How you gonna be in your mom's stomach and have some doctor be like, hey, can I inject these weird superpowers into your baby while you have her in your stomach? That stuff dramatized me, bro. In the movie, she fights her siblings, which is the failed experiments or her failed other selves that she could have been, but she's just perfect. She was perfect. And you see her siblings that are all tore up, look like meat bags, bro. Walking meat bags. It's sad, but her freaking like people just look like meat bags, and it was bad, bro. But she fought them. They fought her because they envied her, but they wanted her to kill them. Why? I don't know why, but they said that she was perfect and they would only focus on you and disregard them. And after she like fought them and, obviously she smacked them up. It was hard for her, but she did it anyway. She said, I'm sorry. This should have never happened, and you're still my sibling. You know what I'm saying? I still have love, and they reconciled, but it was very tragic. Adam Eve, she has a power. No matter how badly damaged she gets, she has this limiter on her power that if she gets into extreme cases, she can regenerate all of that and literally become Adam Eve, like a freaking atom molecular scientist, chemistry, superpower god. Like, that stuff is crazy. You guys got to see her form. Her form is crazy. Amber. I love Amber. Shout out to my black melanin queens out there. We love Amber, right? Amber, you was a thorn in my side. I liked what y'all had, you and Mark. I like what you had. But I figured out, like, if you're not superhero, if you're every single time a superhero has a human as a companion, they could never make it work, or there's always some issue, bro. And it was sad to see that Amber and Mark had to split up, but I knew that was coming, bro. Like she's more like, I want to live life. I want to be a regular human. And Mark is not a regular human, but she took her chances. You know what I'm saying? But the more Mark had to save the world and help prevent things that was happening inside the show, you'll see that he didn't have time for Amber. And that's what caused the eventual split. You know what I'm saying? And I just we just need more time. It's just like our worlds, like she's like, we're perfect for each other, but our worlds are so different. That's what keeps us away. That's what messes up the relationship. So they had no choice but to separate. In that time, my boy Mark Grayson, I ain't gonna lie, you knew these guys had chemistry. You knew they had chemistry since the show started. Adam Eve and Mark Grayson, shout out the power couple. You already knew this was gonna happen, y'all. I was waiting. I saw spoilers for the show that Adam Eve and Mark Grayson got together. I was waiting for that. Freak Amber. I'm sorry, Amber. You take your human lifestyle and put that on the seatbelt. You go on a seatbelt with those other liabilities, okay? It's superpower time, okay? Only superhumans can freaking have, you know what I'm saying? I feel like as a superhero, if you have a companion, choose another superhero. Don't choose a human and think it's gonna work. Please don't. Please don't. Don't be like Omni-Man, mating with a Thraxan. But Thraxan have superpowers too. So that's you know what? That's out of the question. That's out of the question. You know what I'm saying? That being said, we're gonna go to the next one. William, his best friend. William. He's basically he's very happy and he has like a boyfriend. I'm completely supportive of that. But one thing I'm not supportive of him, so Mark was like, they was in their like college, right? And Mark was like, hey, your boyfriend's missing. Look, I don't think it's something serious. You don't need me. Just because, oh, by the way, Mark told his entire friend group that he's invincible, the superhero that's been flying around in a mask. Nobody figured it out. Adam Eve figured it out, like, obviously, like, she knows bro. Like, they have that chemistry. They had chemistry since season 1. So she already knew. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else took so long to figure it out. Like, season 2, they figured it out. It's like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? But, like, ever since that, like, his best friend decided, hey, you're a superhero. I don't want to drive my car no more. You can fly me to my house. He's like, bro, what am I, your personal waitress? Get your freaking ankles broke. Now I'm playing. But still, like, why are you sitting here demanding that I do superhero job when I'm a superhero? Like, let me save the world. Let me, you know what I'm saying? We was cool. I didn't have to do all this for you, but now you're making it, you're pushing it, you know? So that's why I felt like Mark, he didn't go after his boyfriend. And we later found out his boyfriend got experimented on by a mad scientist and turned into a robot. Thankfully, Cecil and his team turned him back to human. Not fully, but he's an artificial human now. He has mechanical parts inside of his body. Yeah, but William is happy, but not happy because his boyfriend still has drama. It took the other guy that works closely with Cecil, I forgot his name, but he has the shades on. Apparently, it took him to have a talk with him because the boyfriend decided, look, life. No, freak this. I'm out. I'm about to. No, that's it. Game over. I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? And he had a talk with the bro, and the bro was like, yo, I've been through this 29 times. I have been unalived many times. This ain't my first time. This ain't my first rodeo. You'll get through it. Persevere, because that's what you got to do. You got to do it. If you want to be a hero, you got to do this. I'm saying you are a positive influence in your life, and this, I'm talking to you guys now. Yes, you guys are a positive influence in your life. Do not be discouraged by life. Life can break us down sometimes, but just like those people that they got literally their entire bodies, and somehow Cecil and his organization put them back together to live again, you guys can do the same thing. You guys can persevere. If they can do it, you guys can do it. And I believe in that. Amen. Praise God. Going forward, Guardians of the Globe. Now, this is a long video, I know. Guardians of the Globe, you guys are the weakest people I've ever seen in my entire life. Get the freak out of here. Take that name off. Take that. Rex, you ain't doing nothing with those bombs, bro. Duplicate. Duplicate. I'm not going to lie. Ain't nobody taking no regular punches and kicks. Just because you can duplicate yourself, that's all you got, girl. You ain't got super strength. You ain't got no, like, Superman punches that's gonna, like, knock people out. You ain't got none of that. So you might as well sit your ass back there and, you know what, you need to duplicate in the damn football field and play football with yourself because that's all you're good for. But hold on. Monster Girl, you're the only important person inside that entire freaking globe. You're the only person that's important in that team. Black Samson is just somebody's grandfather. He's just like, yeah, I just told you. Bro, you're a walking casualty. How much injuries is it going to take for you to know that maybe Guardians of the Globe isn't your thing? You're here as a therapist. You are literally the Guardian's therapist. You're not like a hero. I mean, you do have some powers, and I ain't gonna lie, you do get it in sometimes, but like, you're still ass at what you do, bro. You're just a walking liability. Stop being a liability, bro. Resign. Retire. Become a therapist. You're really good at talking to the Guardians. When the Guardian's like, you know what? We're not cut for this. Yeah. I'm gonna take my bags and leave. 3 episodes later. Hey, what's up, y'all? Let's have some pizza. We're back at it again at Krispy Kreme. You Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. You don't sit the freak down and do your job. You guys suck at it, so you guys need to get... You know what? I'm surprised Cecil didn't fire these weak guys. Everybody in there is weak. Weak. The robot is the best one. The robot, he has this, like, robotic calculation. What did I say? Boy, if you don't get your calculations of the fight, so he's, like, the more technical. I like him, but... just because I like him doesn't mean he's not like a walking liability either. You might be the smartest, but you the smartest person getting you getting knocked. You getting knocked, bro. And to figure out that he was like this weird thing that was living inside like this case, and thank oh my gosh, thank the creators of the show that made him get like a human body, because what he was before, immortal, you are not immortal. Stop calling... resign that name. Who gave you that name? You're right. You are the Mortal Punching Bag. Okay? Change your name to Mortal Punching Bag. Because you are the punching bag of every fight. Every fight. Bro, we'll see him. He'll punch, right? He'll punch. Next thing you know, to some weak-ass aliens in that space mission with Adam, Eve, and all of them, when they all got surrounded, we found out that the Mars... this is season 3, by the way. We found out that people on Mars... we went back to the Mars, by the way, and we found out that the infestation is happening again. Bro couldn't handle small aliens, bro. Bro was getting eaten. He wanted to take the serum to disintegrate all the aliens and paralyze them to the guy who is making all the aliens. He has like this like thing on his head, and he was like, Mark was like, you know, I'm smarter, I'm faster, and I'm stronger. Give it here. The frick are you doing? I'm the main character for the reason. You slowpoke. You mortal punching bag. Give me this. Give me this. You know what I'm saying? Just give me this. And that's what he did. He gave it. He's like, yeah. He didn't want to admit it, but he admitted it because he gave it to him. He's like, yeah, you're right. He's right. He's right. And yeah. But the entire show is off, like all hinged, like all unhinged. My boy Rex, rest in heaven, Rex. Rest in heaven, Rex. Rex, you gave your life. That girl Raven, she a baddie, bro. And you know Rex was gonna get that baddie, but they did him so good. It's like whenever the show gets too good for somebody, they just like, nope, you can't live. You can't live no more. We gotta take you out. We gotta take you out. Life is about to get too good for you. We gotta get this guy hit by a truck or something. I know it's crazy, but that's literally what the show does. Once things is too good, like whenever Mark and Eve is out on a date, or Amber, literally Mark got pulled from a portal and was like, hey, we need you, Mark. and just like, nah, you guys can go handle it. Well, our world is gonna die, and if we better, bro, you don't see I'm talking to my girlfriend. That multiverse threat that you guys are facing, that's not my problem. That's just not my problem. You know that song? Yeah. That's just not my problem. I'm on a date, bro. Freak that. I don't care if you know me from this universe. I'm on a date, okay? You guys can wait. You guys can freaking wait. I feel like Mark Grayson was right to do that. Like, bro, I can't sleep without you guys trying to, hey, Mark Grayson, you need to defeat Dry Bones from Mario. Like, bro, Dry Bones isn't a main villain. He's just an enemy I stomp on, and I come back, and I'm good. The freak? Anyway, that's the entire discussion of this. We are too long to do the reaction to the games, but if you guys did like this video, let me know what you guys think. You know what I'm saying? Share. And I can't wait to see y'all in the next one. Peace.
She a queen, she's so pretty, like a nice woman. Does she really love me now, or I'm that guy, her friend? I just need you girls, like some vitamins. Yes, I know you always right, but I am right again. She a queen, she's so pretty, like a nice woman. Does she really love me now, or I'm that guy, her friend?